just giving them a high five. That's what the robe of righteousness will do. In closing, I want to share something with you. You know, I came from, told you all of you, South Florida native, and you know, men, one of the things that a lot of us have a hard time doing as men is communicating. It's communicating. You know, I grew up in a tough environment. My father was an alcoholic, very abusive. I used to see my mother get beat every week, at least 2 or 3 times a week. Saw broken noses, broken orbital bones, and she was breadwinner at the time. So it was painful as the youngest child, only son. I had 2 older sisters, and it was tough seeing her all the time. I go help her up, pool of blood, all that stuff. Even to the point after I got married, I would still have to go pull my father off of her. And so I hated my father. I hated him. Dear Lord, by the time I was maybe a sophomore in high school, we must have moved at least 13, 14 times, because we would either be evicted, or we would either have torn up the home that we were in, because you know, it get real violent in those places. Well, anyway, so that's part of the reason why I got out of Florida, because I wanted to be away from my father, because I wasn't ashamed to say that I hated him. There were 2 things in life that my father said he hated. One was getting old, the other was his son. And so he would publicly say that. And even so, I remember when I had my daughter, or actually we found out that we were pregnant, the type of father that I had at that time was the one that saw the sonogram and said this, what kind of son are you of mine? Well, you can't have a boy first. So it was really a deep, long hatred for years. And so, to make a long story short, I was back to playing football. I'm in Green Bay. And so now my son is on the way. And so I'm up there, and I get a call that my mother has had a stroke and that she's probably not going to make it. I need to fly from Green Bay, Wisconsin, to Tampa, Florida. So I do that. I get there, and the doctor says I'm going to give her another 12 hours to live. So we went in, and I'm praying, and of course I see my father. You men know how it is when it's a situation like that. Man, I'm fine, and then one minute, as soon as I set eyes on him, my whole demeanor changes. Because it's just go from here, as soon as I see my dad walk in, and that's how it was in the hospital. And so I prayed for my mom, and I left because I couldn't stand to be in his presence. And so about a week later, when I'm back in Green Bay, and I'm going through camp, and I'm finally, returning to, to my dream thing that I love the most. This is what I've been anticipating. This is what I have been expecting. This is what I have wanted. So now I'm getting an opportunity for this right there in my hands, baby. I'm enjoying this moment. I'm going through camp. I'm playing arena football now. So I'm getting my legs back under me so I can be in game shape come training camp. And so now all is well. And I get another phone call from my sisters in Tampa, and they tell me that my father has now gone to prison. And his past finally caught up with him. And, I said, well, first thing I said, well, really? And I said, well, good for him. He needed to go. And I hung the phone up. And as soon as I hung up, I'm a Christian at this time, and so, but I'm struggling with forgiveness. And so when I hang the phone up with him, with my sister, my oldest one, I hung it up, and the Holy Spirit said, go home. And I said, Lord, I am not going home to take care of my mother. That was his job, and he didn't do it. So, oh, well, I'm not leaving here. And so make a long story short, I did ask for my release about 2 weeks later, and I went back home. And I was mad, I was frustrated, I was angry, because number one, I'm doing something that my father should have done. And then number 2, here's my dream that I gotta give up. Man, are you crazy? I gotta give this up, take care of my mom. Man, I'm so mad at the world, I'm so frustrated with God, I don't wanna have anything to do with church. I don't wanna have anything to do with God. I'm so angry. I'm angry. And I just internalized. So I'm working at this old swimming pool and spa company. I'm building pools and spas. I'm just about done. And when I'm building those swimming pools and spas, I would come home at night. Now I've got 2 babies, and they're 6, and very just months old. And I would come home, and before I would go in the house every night. Before I would go in the house, you know what I would do? I would go grab a 6-pack, and I would drink it right out of my old work truck. because I was so angry and I was just trying to drown all that suppression. I was trying to suppress all that anger. I'm angry at God, and I wouldn't say anything, and I would fake it, but He was there. So I would cry, try to be that husband, but I couldn't do it. And so anyway, over a year later of me doing this, and I'm bitter and I'm full of hate and rage, and so I was of course there for my family and for my mom. But a year later, I go to the nursing home where my mom still is, and I get up there, Pastor Spears, and when I get up there, and I've got my old dirty clothes on. Here comes this guy around the corner with a trash bag over his shoulder. This is my father. He had just been released from prison in Florida. He was in the Panhandle. He had just been released from prison because of his health. So he comes around the corner, he got this trash bag on. He looks old. So he sees me. When he sees me, he looks. Drops his bag and said, "What are you doing here? I thought you were in Green Bay." And I said, no, I left there. And he said, "Why'd you leave?" I said, "Oh, yeah, I needed to be here to take care of Mom. You weren't here." And he said, "So you tell me you left Green Bay to come here to take care of Mom?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm sure you did." And I said, "I'll tell you something else. If that were you in there, I'd do the same thing." And he looked at me and he started crying because all those years he hated me. And so just hated me. I never went to school, so I hated him. All those years, and right there, my father was dropped his back. He shook his head, and he apologized. And he got on again like that, outside the door. And he and I, for the next 2.5 years, became best friends. And we would talk all the time. He called me about midnight every night. I was still cooking at West Point. He called me. And we became best friends. We talked, games be on, we laugh about it, come visit, grandkids, all that stuff. God just restored all. He's been up there with my mom. And so for those 2.5 years, we drove each other until he died. And so I never knew at the time. I knew I had to marry him. I didn't know it would be so soon. And I learned a lesson there. And that's what I want to leave with you. That when God asks you to sacrifice something, or when He asks you to sacrifice for someone, He's not trying to take something away from you. He's trying to get more to you. He's trying to get more to you. And let me tell you the God that you serve in closing, and it's this. This is the God that you serve. My father was doing fine, but yet I was still bitter because I just rejected him. So one day, somebody finally asked me, "Hey man, you done playing football?" And I'm done. That's a touchy subject. You know how we fake it. Oh yeah, I'm done. I'm enjoying being fall. And I'm lying through my teeth. And this guy comes up to me after this football camp, and I didn't want it. He told me to do it, so I'm going, and I've got, headset on, all that stuff. I don't know, so I'm kind of pouting about it. And he comes up to me, and he says, "Are you really done?" And I said, "Yeah, man, I'm done." And Holy Spirit said, "Mitch, be honest." And I said, "You know something, sir? You know, since God put on my back, since I said, you know something, sir? Man, if I could do it again, I would praise." He said, "That's all I need to do. I want to stay in shape." He just walks off. So for about a month now, I'm back out on the track, doing my thing again, and then nothing. So I'm mad. I'm seeing the season go, and everybody's playing. I'm mad. Man, nothing happened for me. Nothing, God. You forgot about me. I'm pouting, and my wife is there. And I come in one Saturday, and she brings my phone to me. She said, "Won't you shut up with that pout?" She said, "You got a voicemail. I think you need to listen to it." And I said, "No. And she said, "Okay, I'll play it for you." So I'm like, "Oh, Lord, who could it be?" So she plays this voicemail. The guy goes something kind of like this. "Mitch Mason, your flight leaves tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. We'll have someone there to take you to the airport. We'll have someone to pick you up. You'll be getting in, da-da-da. We were told to handle you with care. That we're all excited to see you and to meet you." And I said, so I'm listening to it. And then at the end of the message, you know what it says, Pastor? It says, "Oh, and by the way, welcome to the Kansas City Chiefs." And I cried. Well, I cried. So I get there. And when I get there, you know what was the first thing I said? I had finally arrived. No, that wasn't what I said. You know what I said? Lord, if I don't lay it down, it's okay. Because you showed me everything that I was trying to achieve in the natural, you can bring it to me if I just obey. Lord, I wanted something, and you wanted someone, which was my Father. So when I preached this funeral, yeah, I cried a little bit, but at least I knew I could see him again. So all the men in here, I'm challenging you. Man, just do what God says. Don't worry about the plan. Don't worry about the results. Just do what he asks you to do, and I promise you this. He'll take care of the rest. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about that. As you've heard this message, just like many men, generation after generation after generation, I'm reminded of two when they had Jesus on that cross. When they had him on the cross, guys, he's in that middle, and that two things on the side. And that old thief on the right, and that thief on the left, and that old thief on the left looks over and he mocks him. You claim to be the Son of God. Why don't you save yourself? And why don't you hook me up too? Survive us. To do something for me. But that old thief on the right looked over there and said, Lord, don't listen to that fool. You see, I know we're guilty of what we've done. I know that this is my just penalty. But you have done no wrong. The only thing that I ask you to do is remember me when you enter your kingdom. I know I'm guilty. Would you just remember me? Because I know you are. And old Jesus looked over there and said, son, today you'll be with me in paradise. I ask every one of you in here, every man in here, this question. Which side of the cross are you on? Which side are you on? Do something for me, I believe in you. Even if you never do anything else, you've done enough. So with every head bowed and every eye closed, as we end the service, I'm asking those of you who do not know Jesus Christ as your own personal Lord and Savior, I want you to think about that. Which side of the cross are you on? For those of you who don't know him, and I don't mean what church you go to or the denomination, I'm talking about knowing him as your personal Lord and Savior. I'm asking you to be like Bartimaeus. Open your mouth. Have some backbone. And make him your Lord and Savior. If you want to do that now, you come down to the front. Pastor Spears will be here. We'll wait on you. We'll wait on you. We'll wait on you. If you need to talk, need counseling, whatever capacity, Pastor will be here. At this time, those of you who want to make Jesus Christ your Lord, you come down and you see Pastor Spears. But at this time, all the rest of us are going to turn to hymn 371. Have thy own way, Lord.